Now, in recent times, there is a Japanese scientist by the name of Dr. Masaru Emoto, who is an expert in the study of water. He's a scientist that majors in water. Now, Dr. Emoto is not a Christian. I need to qualify that. But his research has confirmed many things that the Bible has been teaching for thousands of years. Very interesting stuff. Now, what made Dr. Emoto famous is his research in the effect of music and words on water molecules. That what we feel and think and believe and say with our mouth actually affect our physical realities. Now, when Dr. Emoto's theory was published, it became an international bestseller. Now, his amazing discovery is this: what we say and feel gives certain energy or waves or vibrations that can be captured by water. Just like your brain has memory, water has memory to capture what we say, how we feel, or how we think. So he carried out his experiments by using distilled water. Now, distilled water cannot form crystals. He exposed the water to music and words for a period of time, for days, for weeks, for months. He then froze a small amount of that water in a very cold room, forming ice. And just before the ice would melt, he put the ice under powerful microscopes and used high-speed photography, and he could see the types of crystals that were formed. Now remember this: distilled water cannot form crystals. So when you see distilled water forming crystals, it's something out of the natural, okay? So when the distilled water was exposed, for example, to Beethoven's Pastoral Symphony, beautiful crystals were formed. Now, when he exposed the water to Mozart's 40th Symphony, the crystals created were delicate and elegant. When water was exposed to Bach, it was as if the crystal was dancing merrily. Amazing. But what was interesting is this: when water was exposed to Elvis Presley's Heartbreak Hotel, the crystals divided into two parts as if to mimic the song, like a heart that's broken in two. And when the water was bombarded by violent, heavy metal music, it didn't form crystals at all. Instead, it displayed chaotic, fragmental structures, asymmetrical patterns with dull colors. But the stunner in Dr. Emoto's discovery was this: when he tried exposing words to the water, words like love and gratitude gave elaborate, brilliant, six-sided, hexagonal crystals. So he used words like thank you. He kept saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then those words gave stunning, beautiful crystals. The word angel made crystals burst forth in a multitude of flowers. On the other hand, when negative words like you fool, you fool, you fool was spoken over the water over a period of time, the water crystals that were formed, or no water crystals was formed. And then he used words like you are ugly, you are ugly, you are ugly. And it gave hideous looking crystals. He tried speaking the word Satan in Japanese, and it produced very ugly crystals with a dark lump in the center. And the crystals looked sinister and hideous, menacing. And then he used words like, you make me sick, I will kill you. I hate you, I'm going to kill you. No crystals was formed. Now, the result was the same when he used words in different languages, like Japanese and Korean and Chinese and English and even Spanish. Now, Dr. Emoto's team took it to another level. They tried it on cooked rice, because cooked rice contained water content. So he had 2 glass jars of cooked rice. To one jar, the people kept confessing positive words over and over again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Even when the kids got home, according to a report, they got all the children to say thank you rice, I appreciate you, you smell good, you taste good, thank you. After 1 month, after 30 days, the rice started to ferment with a wonderful yellow smell like that of malt. They became beautiful yeast. On the other jar, the people say all kinds of terrible words. You fool, I hate you rice. I don't like you. You are terrible. You are useless. After 1 month, the rice rotted and turned black. He took it to another level. Dr. Emoto started working with pictures. And when the water was exposed to the photograph of a beautiful, cute baby, the water came back with beautiful crystals. And when water was exposed to a photograph of a beautiful sunrise, brilliant crystals were formed. Dr. Emoto went even further. He had nothing to lose now. He tried experimenting it with thoughts. That means he didn't say words verbally, he thought. And he found the same results. When water was intentionally focused upon with positive thoughts and positive feeling. So he thought, you know, I love you. He didn't say, he just thought it. I appreciate you. You are wonderful. You are beautiful. Well, stunning crystals were formed. When negative thoughts and emotions were focused on it, deformed crystals were formed, or there was no crystal at all. In 1997, some samples were taken from the Fujiwara Dam in Japan. The crystals created were very ugly. One of the community leaders came to Dr. Emoto and said, well, a week earlier, there was a woman who committed suicide in a nearby lake that was connected to the dam. So the crystal collected was hideous. It was terrible looking. Well, Dr. Emoto got a group of people to come to the lake to pray. After 1 hour of prayer, just 1 hour, he took the sample back to the laboratory. The lake water produced beautiful crystals. In another experiment, Dr. Emoto put distilled water in the center of a room of a prayer meeting. The more people came for prayer, the more beautiful the crystal samples he collected. And there were occasions when the prayer group got so large and the prayer was so intense that the crystals produced were not 6-sided hexagonal symmetry, but they even produced 7-sided symmetry. So they went beyond 6 to 7. Now I want to say again, Dr. Emoto is not a Christian. He is an unbeliever. And this is his theory. This is what he came up with. He says this discovery is interesting because all of us, we are all made up of water. The fetus in the womb of a mother is 100% in water. A toddler is made up of 80% water. And it is a proven scientific fact. Those of you mothers who have been pregnant with child, you know that when a woman is carrying a baby, what you say to the fetus, the music you expose to the fetus, whatever loving words you speak to the baby in the womb, it affects the intelligence and the development of the child. Even by looking at beautiful, happy pictures of other babies, scientists tells us, doctors tells us, it affects the development of the baby. And that is why whenever we have pregnant women, we always give them beautiful posters of kids to look at. It is a proven scientific fact. Dr. Emoto believes it has to do with the water in the mother's womb that is affecting the development of the child. Now, a normal person is 70% water, right? How you think, what you say to other people, or how people think about you, and what they say to you, is going to affect a person's development and character formation. I have found this to be true even in the office as I interface with the staff. What I say to them, how I think about a department, it affects the whole atmosphere of the department. You know, over the years I realized the better I speak or think of a staff, the better the staff is going to perform as a minister. Now, I may not say it. I may just think about it. And sometimes my wife comes to me and says, Kong, I know you're not saying it, but you think badly about that person. And even if I think badly about a person, somehow it's going to affect his or her performance as a church worker. Our words, our thoughts, what we visualize in our minds, what we listen with our ears, affect our soul. It affects our physical surrounding. Now, whether Dr. Emoto's work is genuine science or some hocus-pocus pseudo-scientific theory, there is nonetheless some truth to it.